Hello there and welcome to Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to my home. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way in. And I think we'll begin straight away today with Quote Corner for Friday. And if you enjoyed that, then there are full videos of quotes and positive sayings on this channel. So do go and look for those on my playlist. Okay, let's get started with this. So I'm continuing reading my book that is from the area I used to live in England. It's in Wallington in Surrey, South London, and this is the story of the author about how she grew up and what life was like in olden times. And today we're talking about the school days. And we're going to start with a picture that is included. And this says Surrey County School, Wallington. The Girls' County School, Wallington, attended by the author and previously by her mother when it was situated in Queen's Road, Wallington. So here's a picture of that. I do like looking at old things and hearing how life was like. So let's continue reading. Helps when I have to put the right way up. At the age of 6, I was taken to my first school at Southview in Elgin Road, a pleasant private establishment run by 2 spinster ladies, Miss Stiles and Miss Reed. I'm going to turn my fan off because it's going in my ear. I have to turn it on again in a minute because it's really hot here. So it was Miss Stiles and Miss Reed with the aid of 1 or 2 other youngish teachers. There were no such thing as playgroups for preschool toddlers, so it was all a wonder, new experience for me, and I was happy from the start. I only went straight to normal school. I didn't go to kindergarten or nursery school or preschool, and everyone else did. So it was sad because they all had their circles of friends and I didn't know anyone, and it was a new concept for me. After a few days of going to and fro with mother, one of the older pupils was detailed to shepherd me as she lived quite near, and this went on until I was old enough to go on my own. I must have made quite good progress, since at the age of about 11, I passed the entrance examination to the local county grammar school, where I remained until I was 17. The building then in use was the same as that to which my mother had gone as a girl, situated in Queen's Road, with a narrow entrance to the headmistress's study from the Manor Road side. It was very old-fashioned as to heating and general accommodation, with what was called a covered way leading from one set of classrooms to another. They had that in my high school too. There was an asphalt playground which was also used for netball, and this led through to what was virtually the school tuck shop, a little old place where we often spent our pocket money before or after school on such favourites as sherbet fountains, licorice ribbons, or chocolate drops. For some time, which I was never able to fathom, mother did not like us to have sherbet sweets. perhaps on medical grounds. Nevertheless, I often indulged myself and prayed that nothing nasty would befall me. In my final years at school, we were immensely excited at the news that a wonderful new modern school was to be built for us in Stanley Park Road, with extensive playing fields and every possible item of the latest equipment, as well as a splendid large assembly hall with parquet flooring, and a specially built house for a resident caretaker and his family. This school is now situated in an even newer building at Woodcote Green. By this time, I was in the sixth form, working hard for examinations, and it was a high spot of the summer term for us seniors to be allowed to work outdoors under the shady trees in the spacious grounds. Those were very happy years, and I made several good friends, notably the two Margarets. Margaret Kimber, who still lives in Wallington, and Margaret Kestlake, who lived in Sandy Lane and now lives at Goring-on-Sea, with whom I'm still in close contact. Quite an achievement in an era of great change and mobility, not to mention the intervention of another world war. All our school mistresses were fully qualified and would appear in their caps and gowns at the annual prize givings, where all pupils had to wear white dresses and sat in segregated block well away from the parents. It was, of course, compulsory to wear school uniform. It still is in practically all of England, regardless of the type of school you go to. The uniform in our case consisted of navy blue tunics over cream blouses or woolen jerseys with striped green silk ties and waist girdles, under which we mostly wore grey woolen bloomers and black stockings. In winter, we wore outdoors a navy blue coat, very expensive, with black velours hat and badge. In summer, one felt very dashing in dark navy blue blazer with a badge on the pocket and cream Panama hat. I've talked on my lives on my other channel about my school uniform was still pretty much the same in the 70s. Although later we were introduced on special concession to check cotton summer dresses and what we were known as suntan lissy or silk stockings. Plimsolls were allowed only to be worn for games or gym lessons, somewhat different from the present cult of teenagers all wearing old dirty plimsolls trainers all year round for walking outdoors. I think we should have nearly died of shame if we had not been able to appear in the regulation black leather shoes with lighter slippers to change into before entering classrooms. As to discipline, woe betide any girl seen to be behaving badly or noisily in public transport, or not wearing her hat in the street, since this would surely be reported by a mistress or prefect, with dire consequences, such as a visit to the headmistress's study and loss of privileges. Worst of all, any girl seen fraternising with boys, perhaps by going on the back of a motorbike or even their bicycle, could risk being expelled by the headmistress. Miss Wallace, who ruled the school with an iron will, and was supported in this by all parents. I personally cannot recall any specific case of violence or bullying such as occurs today in girls' and comprehensive schools, though of course certain mistresses and other pupils could make one's life unhappy for various reasons. Our school motto was self-knowledge, self-reverence and self-control. And the code of honour was very strict, forbidding the telling of tales or cheating in any form whatsoever. Vandalism was quite unknown. All in all, however, we had a lot of fun before we settled down in time to work in earnest for our examinations. For French lessons, we had a genuine French mademoiselle, while singing, music and cookery were also taught by experts. Netball and hockey in winter, alternating with tennis and cricket in summer, that's strange for a girls' school in those days, I would have thought, were the order of the day. Visits to the nearest swimming baths in Sutton or Croydon were not often organised, but we went along with friends during the holidays or weekends and were taught to swim by the resident instructor. Homework was a very heavy burden as one grew older, and I recall staggering home with my case crammed full of books and files every weekday, with extra for the weekend. But at least there was no television to prevent one from concentrating if one so desired. I remained at the school until I was 17, as I have said, and am not ashamed to admit that on my last day I was in tears at the thought of part of my life was coming to an end. I'm still grateful for the splendid education I received, which I must have formed the basis for whatever talents I later developed, though I did not realise them at the time. And here's a picture. It says fire drill at the Wallington County School for Girls, Stanley Park Road. In October 1928, this building replaced the earlier one in Queen's Road. And there's a picture there. So yes, I had very similar still. You had to wear a maroon beret if you were going on a normal school thing, such as going to a sports centre or swimming or something like that, and a straw hat if you were going on a full outing. We had maroon blazers in the summer and a grey Mac type coat in the winter, and you had to wear them. You could not wear your own coats. No. So to and from school, you had to wear the uniform coats. So we'll carry on with that next time. I hope you're enjoying this. Do leave a comment below if you're enjoying it. And I think we'll continue now with this. Okay, let's choose a subject. Let's do trains. We have done trains before, but these are some different train quiz questions. I'm going to read them all out as normal, and then I will go back, read them again with the answers, and that gives people time to think about the answers as we go along. So the first question is, was the Wild West in Europe or in the USA? I'm sure you know this one. Was the Wild West in Europe or the USA? Okay, next question. Is steam created by heating water or by heating petrol? Oh, we have easy questions today. Is steam created by heating water or heating petrol? The next question, yes, they're all quite easy. We're on medium level here. Which country has bullet trains and super expresses? I nearly read the answer then. Which country has bullet trains and super expresses? The next question, what letter R was a famous steam engine built by George Stephenson? And I've got a story about that. What letter R was a famous steam engine built by George Stephenson? 3 more questions. Which country has TGVs? I don't know this. First question I don't know today. Which country has TGVs? Interesting. The next question, are there any trains that can go faster than 200 kilometers per hour? Are there any trains that can go faster than 200 kilometers per hour? And if you answer that one. I'll give you more information on that. What letter C? So beginning with the letter C, what letter C on Wild West trains was used for moving cattle off the line? Oh, I don't know that one. So beginning with the letter C, what word on Wild West trains was used for moving cattle off the lines? So it didn't just get down then, maybe. And the last one, were steam trains cleaner or dirtier than modern trains? Were steam trains cleaner or dirtier than modern trains? Okay, let's go through the answers. The first question was the Wild West in Europe or the USA? Of course it was in the USA. Second question, is steam created by heating water or by heating petrol? And of course the answer is heating water. I'm sure you got that one. Which country has bullet trains and super expresses? Did you know this one? The answer is Japan. What letter R was a famous steam engine built by George Stephenson? Now, as you may recall, I'm originally from England and there is a theme park there, but in the days I'm talking about, it was only a zoo, but now it's a big theme park, and it was called Chessington Zoo and it's in Surrey. And it's now called Chesterton World of Adventures. And on a back field there, they actually had Stephenson's rocket and it went round a track. So I have seen it because the answer is the rocket. So that's the letter R. The famous steam engine built by George Stephenson was called the rocket. And I know it as Stephenson's rocket. Which country has TGVs? And the answer is France. Did you know that one? I didn't know that. Are there any trains that can go faster than 200 kilometers per hour? Yes. And this is the Japanese bullet trains regularly run over 300 kilometers per hour. And I'm pretty sure as I read this, there are now even faster ones. The next one was, what letter C on Wild West trains was used for moving cattle off the line? And the answer is cow catchers. And the last one was an easy one. Were steam trains cleaner or dirtier than modern trains? Well, of course, the steam, they were very dirty. And if you stuck your head out the window at the wrong time, you would get a black face. Okay, let's move along to this. I've got hiccups now, so we get straight onto this film clip. Self-explanatory. Oh, excuse me. Hello, today I'm at Malcolm Cat Sanctuary in Akrotiri in Cyprus. And this is Sue, one of the permanent volunteers. Sue, can you tell us a little bit about your day-to-day jobs?
I can. I come in on a Tuesday and a Friday only, and we do the medication and the feeding and the cleaning of the cats. We start off by feeding them all, which is quite hard work because there's so many of them at the moment, and then it's on to medications. And we medicate just generally for general things. If we've got in any doubt, we take them up to the vets. We use 2 or 3 local vets that give us good deals on things. And then after that, it's again cleaning and just making sure that everything runs smoothly. Topping up water bowls, doing the washing, generally day-to-day things that you would do in a cat sanctuary.
I understand you're always looking for volunteers. What would they do?
We're always looking for volunteers. We run 2 volunteer systems a day, a morning shift and an afternoon shift. The morning shift is from 8 till 11, and that's when the majority of the cleaning is done. 2 till 4 in an afternoon, and that's where they're just fed again and medicated again if they need it. And any cleaning that does need to be done is done again. Yes, but anybody, even if it's only an hour every couple of weeks, anything is grateful. Even if you just come down and sit with the cats like this, or even groom them, we're always looking for people to volunteer.
And of course, you're always looking to rehome the cats. If I wanted a cat, how do I go about it?
No problem. We can rehome all the adults out here, and we have all the kittens in there. All our big guys out here have been sterilised, and they're all up to date with their yearly vaccinations. So to home one of these, all you would need to do is bring a box with you, because we don't let them go out unless they're in a proper box. And we ask for a donation of about €35 for our adults and for €25 for our kittens. And they can be rehomed at any time. The better they are out of the sanctuary, really, than here.
And if I couldn't take a cat, but I wanted to help, maybe can I adopt a cat or give a donation?
We can always give donations. We have various donation boxes around the site. We have lines on our website. We have a charity shop in Limassol that you can visit. You can do anything to raise money, which we would be gratefully accept anything. Yes.
And you do some annual events for fundraising?
We do lots of annual events. We usually advertise them on our Facebook and on our website. We do dances, summer dances, we do bazaars, we do coffee mornings, we do quiz nights, we do all sorts of things. So keep your eye on the website and come along and see what happens.
And I understand you have a shop.
We have a charity shop in Limassol, yes, so if you've got anything you need to get rid of, take it down to the charity shop, and I'm sure we'll be able to sell it. We cannot accept electrical goods, unfortunately, because everything has to be tested, and we can't do that. But anything else, apart from big furniture, we can get rid of. If we can't, somebody else can. So we can always use most things.
And you sell some things here as well?
We have a little shop on site as well that we sell little cat goodies and our calendars. Anything that you can pack in a bag, really, for tourists that you can take home with them.
And can I just visit the sanctuary?
Anybody can visit any time. We're open from 9 till 11 and 2 till 4 every day except Christmas Day, and then we are closed. It's the only day we're closed. Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Shall we go and look around now?
Let's go and have a walk round. We have a 2-gate system here. The outer gate must be closed before the inner gate is ever opened, because some of the cats like to go out and greet visitors, and we don't want them out on the main road there. So we have 2 gates which must be worked properly. Okay, and as we come through here, this is the original, well, the first part of Malcolm's Cat Sanctuary that was built, along with the original feeding shed, which has now been turned into a feeding shed from sleeping bed. A lot of the cats, as you can see, like to be in their little beds, especially in the winter. Play area, which is now been all slabbed and concreted, which is good. And our new fountain, which is dedicated to one of our supporters. The cats love it. So we're not around there at the moment. And we walk round, we have another shaded area with a little bench for people to come and sit. And also they like to be fed in there, and it keeps the rain off the food. This is one of our latest buildings, which we had built maybe 18 months ago, which is another cat house full of beds again. So obviously we've got quite a few cats that all need somewhere to sleep, and they like to sleep individually, a lot of them. So again, they're all plastic beds so that we can keep them clean and scrub them. This was a new idea we had done last year or the year before, where we had special pits built, and these are now shaded from the sun, because otherwise the sun gets on the sand and it makes it too hot and they won't go in there. And it's also sheltered from the rain now, and these are raked and cleaned every day. We'll have another little area here separate from the main area, and this is just for some of the cats that don't like to be amongst the crowds and they don't eat very well, so they're put in here so that they've always got food and water available, and they're much happier out of all the crowds of cats. Come on then, come on guys. And again, we have another shed here with the cat beds in. This is called the scaredy cat area, and it's usually the cats that are a bit scared of the others, and they live round here. And they also have their own toilet area around here. Okay. Come on, guys. That's my Piper. Hello, Mrs. Slocum. Sometimes they even go up the trees. That's young Penny. She's only been with us this year. She's one of our kittens that's just been sterilised to come out. She's not the friendliest of girls. We have another area here for the cats, and as you can see, we've been clearing some of the wood around the site for a fire break. This is another little area. This is for the older cats and for the young kittens that have just been sterilised. They come in here to recuperate for a week or so. We have 2 or 3 that live in here permanently. Can't find Pew at the moment. Pew! That's in there, our ginger and white cat. He's blind, but he quite happily lives in there. And we have another one, Sophie. She's 18 years old. I can't see her now. She lives in there. She's our oldest resident. She actually came from Lemon Orchard all those years ago. This is our kitten area. We can go in there. This is where the youngsters come in up to about 6 months or 2 kilos. When they're that age, they can then go to the vet to be sterilised and then go out into the main area.
I bet you have a lot of births, don't you, here?
No, not if we can help it.
No, but they come in pregnant. You have a lot.
We get many mums with kittens. We don't very often get pregnant mums.
Oh, right.
With birth here.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's quite fortunate, but we do get a lot of kittens. Yes. Yes. What guys? This is a special area at the moment with some kittens in that have got ringworm, which is why everything is red. Ringworm is just an infection a bit like our athlete's foot. It doesn't kill you, but it doesn't look very nice. And it is contagious. So they are always kept separate from the rest of the guys. It's something we get every year. I think it's probably because we get so many kittens in and they come from outside where it's prevalent. But if we deal with it, it's not a problem. There's just an assortment of various aged kittens that we've accumulated.
This is one of my cats, Fossil, and we rehomed her from the Malcolm's Cat Sanctuary on the 15th of July 2008. To find out more about the Malcolm Cat Sanctuary, click on the link below. Comment and tell me your pet names. And don't forget to subscribe so as not to miss out on more cat and other animal videos coming soon. Bye! I just realised my mic was off. I hope you enjoyed that. There are more videos from the Malcolm Cat Sanctuary on my main channel, New Beginnings, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus. So check out the playlist of animals and you will probably find them there. So I'm going to finish there for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then do let your friends know of this channel. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.